Alright, I think I found a safe haven in my car. I just wanted to find somewhere where it wasn't too, bright out to shoot this intro video. But how's it going, everybody? So you can see by the name up there, it's Panda Parian, but my actual name is Dylan Corbett. I went to school for communications, things like that, and I wanted to be an editor originally when I went there. I mean, I went to high school and started as an on-air person, and that went okay, but it was super stressful. I didn't like it. I didn't feel like I was getting anything from it. So when I went to college, I remember showing up and them asking me, well, do you want to be in front of the camera or behind the camera? And I remember my mom was with me, and my mom was like, well, he likes being in front of the camera. And I said, I think I'm actually going to step behind it. And I remember she was super, I don't know if stressed is the word, but she had thought that I wanted to do this one thing for this entire time, and I was switching it up. But something about that triggered in high school as well. My communications teacher, who made me an anchor and things like that, he made me go out and cover a story. And I remember he gave me a camera, and I had never used a camera before. And I remember asking him, how do I use this? How do I do this? And he basically just looked at me and said, figure it out. So that's what I did. I just monkeyed around with it. And then once I shot it, it was horrible. And then I came back and I thought I was just gonna give it to him, not knowing like what to do or anything. And then I said, well, I shot the commercial. And he goes, oh, okay, well, now you gotta edit it. And I looked at him and I go, well, how do I do that? And basically he just said again, figure it out. And at the time I was mad about it. I was super, super mad because I'm like, what do you mean figure it out? Like, I don't know how to do this. But I did. And I remember I was frustrated at first, but then going through it and really trying to nitpick and piece apart the different pieces of the video really was so interesting to me, and being able to convey this story through editing really started to unfold. And that's when I really decided that that's what I wanted to do. And I went to college, and that's when I made the choice I wanted to be behind camera. And I spent years just trying to figure out the best ways of doing it. And I've spent the last 4 or 5 years kind of seeking out, you know, editing jobs. I went down to New York City for about 3 months and lived with my best buddy, who you will probably see in videos as well. He's a big Italian guy who's very vulgar, but I'm gonna try and bleep him out as much as possible. But he's my best friend and my brother, and I just love him to death. But, you know, we lived together. I lived at his apartment for three months on the couch working at Fox News, but also trying to do editing work for an ESPN 30 for 30. And I remember the guy who had gotten me this opportunity was fantastic, everything like that, but I remember he was editing it and he had no editing experience. And they took him on, and I wanted to take his place, and he said that that could be a feasible thing, but I would have to really build rapport with them for another 6 or 7 months for free, while also being full-time at Fox. And it just got me so upset, because I had been trying and paving my way for 3, 4, 5 years trying to become an editor. And every time I get into a new gig, it's, well, you gotta pay your dues, you gotta pay your dues, you gotta pay your dues. And I understand that, but I'm sick and tired of the politics behind it, because they knew this guy and he had no experience. I know way more, and I'm not usually a cocky person, but I knew so much more about editing software, technique, things like that than this guy, because he's an actor. Nothing against him, he's fantastic, he's very talented in other facets, but it struck me, how is this fair? And if I keep doing this, is it ever gonna change? And I sat down and I moved back home, back to Syracuse, and I just thought about it for a while. And I got upset for a while, and I kind of quit on it, and I took on a sales job at this new station that I'm at now. But working with Craig and working with No-Ag Craig and kind of doing things creatively on the side, it really started to kind of put these things back in motion of, man, I want to work for me. I want to do this, and I want to do it again. And I want to try and make it right. Hopefully this is still in focus, and I'm dying of heat in here, but this is the best place to record. It's too sunny out. And that's when I clicked again, and I knew that this is what I had to try it again, and I had to do it for me, not for someone else, not for a company. I had to do it for me, and I want to do what I want to do, and I want to shoot what I want to shoot, and make myself more accountable, train myself through these things, become better. So hopefully through the evolution of this channel and these videos, I can learn more, you'll see me learn more, and I can implement new things and just really become an overall a better editor, and also a content creator, and come up with things that, you know, push the envelope for myself and creatively. So that's why I wanted to start this channel. And Craig has been an awesome influence in getting me to, you know, get things started, because that's always the most difficult part. So I've really put my foot down, really put my foot forward into trying to make this something that I'm going to do full time eventually, and hopefully if I get the support and backing. But yeah, this has been something I've wanted for a really long time, and it's always been difficult for me because I like to try and be a perfectionist, and every time I would make something, I would quit. I'd quit like halfway through, or I wouldn't want to show it or post it out there for people to see, because I didn't think it was just right or perfect. And I don't know, I think I have to get over that mentality, and I think this is what this channel is going to do for me, is creating things and just putting it out there. And maybe it's not perfect, maybe it's not right, but it's me, and it's what I'm bringing to the table. And then hopefully I can look back on it and be like, what the heck was I doing? Or, you know, I really had some good points there, things like that. So yeah, so this is where it starts, and hopefully it turns into something more. And I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm sick and tired of not doing that. So this was kind of like an intro video / confessional. But yeah, I'm excited to get this started. I have a lot of things I'm working on and thinking of and planning out, but this is just the beginning. So hopefully if you're watching this and you've stuck around till the end, maybe you know, maybe hit that subscribe button. It's cheesy as it sounds, but I really would love to have people to make things for, but I'm mostly doing it for myself, because I think it's time for me to do it for me instead of trying to do it for someone else. So if you want to see me, you know, make vlog videos, vegan recipe videos with my girlfriend or by myself, I might even do gaming stuff, because that's what I really love doing too. I'm a huge gamer. But I'm kind of, whatever comes to my mind, I'm gonna make. And I think that the thing that's lost on Facebook and other social media sites and YouTube is people just being authentic, and I think that's just what I'm going to attempt to do and really bring forward, so people know who I am. And if you want to come along for the journey, come on in. I'm happy to welcome you. But seriously, just thanks for checking out the video, and thanks for sticking around this long. If you do like this video, give it a like, subscribe. I got a lot of other ideas coming. And also, just if you have an idea, something that you think would be cool and you want to see someone else do, or maybe you've always thought about, content-wise, recipe-wise, questions in general about me or about my journey, or things that, you know, I've dealt with from like a professional standpoint, like video editing or things like that, let me know. Just leave a comment, and hopefully this will be the start of something great. So I've rambled on long enough. Thanks again so much, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.